everybody to keep them in prayers that maybe they'll find that plane and hopefully find some survivors. Salute to the flag, Dennis.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Notice of this meeting pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-10, has been complied with and shall be entered into the minutes of this meeting.
Roll call.
Freeholder Armwood.
Here.
Freeholder Barrett Belante.
Here.
Freeholder Kenny.
Here.
Freeholder Polos.
Here.
Freeholder Tamaro.
Here.
Freeholder Valenti.
Here.
Freeholder Director Rios.
Here. There's some recognitions.
Yes, this evening we're recognizing Rich Pinter, George Brew, and Daniel Gregan of the Ford's Fire Company for their service to the community, and also recognizing the 50th anniversary of the Woodbridge Public Library System.
Motion to adopt.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Freeholder Valente, seconded by Freeholder Tamaro. Roll call.
Freeholder Armwood.
Yes.
Freeholder Barrett Belante.
Yes.
Freeholder Kenny.
Yes.
Freeholder Polos.
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro.
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti.
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rios.
Yes. Is there anyone here to receive these presentations?
No, they're not, but I would like to say that, just to make this point, Mr. Pinter has been a member of the Ford's Fire Company for as long as the Woodbridge Public Library System has been active. So he just celebrated his 50th year with the fire company. So that's all I have.
Okay, no one's here. All righty. Correspondence?
Each freeholder has been provided with a list of correspondence received by the clerk's office since our last meeting. This correspondence will be kept on file in the office of the clerk of the board for reference.
Is there a motion to accept?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Freeholder Valente, seconded by Freeholder Tamaro. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Minutes for approval?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Freeholder Tamaro, seconded by Freeholder Valente. Roll call?
Freeholder Armwood.
Yes.
Freeholder Barrett Belante.
Yes.
Freeholder Kenny.
Yes.
Freeholder Polos.
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro.
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti.
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rios.
Yes. Ordinances?
Yes. Notice of this public hearing was published in the Home News Tribune on March 10, 2014. This public hearing was authorized at a meeting of the Board of Chosen Freeholders held March 6, 2014.
The clerk will read ordinance number 14-1 by title only.
County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, ordinance number 14-001. An ordinance authorizing the guarantee by the County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, of the payment of principal of and interest on the county guaranteed lease revenue refunding bonds, Middlesex Regional Educational Services Commission projects, issued by the Middlesex County Improvement Authority in an aggregate principal amount not to exceed $12,500,000 in bonds issued for the purpose of refunding the outstanding and callable county guaranteed lease revenue refunding bonds, Middlesex County Educational Services Commission projects, Series 2004, and authorizing a public hearing thereon to be held Thursday, March 20th, 2014 at 7 p.m., authorizing publication thereof, consenting to such financing, and determining certain other matters in connection therewith.
I declare the public hearing open. Anyone would like to comment?
I'll move to close the public portion.
Second.
Motion by Freeholder Tamaro, seconded by Freeholder Valente to close. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Is there a motion to adopt ordinance number 14-01 on final reading?
Second.
Motion by Freeholder Valente, seconded by Freeholder Tamaro. Roll call?
Freeholder Armwood.
Yes.
Freeholder Barrett Belante.
Yes.
Freeholder Kenny.
Yes.
Freeholder Polos.
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro.
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti.
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rios.
Yes. Freeholder reports. Freeholder Ken Arnold.
Freeholder Director, I'll defer this evening. No report. Thank you.
Freeholder Deputy Director Carol Barrett Belante.
I have no report, but I do want to speak and congratulate Freeholder Kenny for that beautiful, beautiful service with on St. Patty's Day. It was done very tastefully, and I think it took you in a short amount of time. It was just positively perfect and moving, and I hope that I'll vote for it for next year and every year, to tell you the truth. And I commend you for taking that task on.
Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Director. Fielder Charlie Kenny.
Well, just going on to what the Deputy Director was just speaking about, I would just like to thank a few people because, you know, this isn't put on by one person. A lot of people, a lot of effort goes into it, and I want to acknowledge Margaret from the clerk's office and her staff, Mickey Gross for rounding up the Irish, keeping them straight and getting them up here on a Sunday morning from South Amboy. I thank you very much. Dan Harris was a big input into this from Assemblyman Craig Coughlin's office. Ryan Mickelson of Senator Vitale's office was involved. Also Frank Darcy, who was the Grand Marshal in Woodbridge. He was a big proponent, a big pusher for this. He had gone to the ones they have up in Essex County, and he was, you know, asking how come we don't have one here. And so hopefully we've started a tradition, and I want to thank all the Irish associations throughout the county that came out and attended. We had a nice crowd for something that was put together pretty fast, and I also want to thank the Board of Chosen Freeholders for their help and support in putting on a Hail to the Irish event and a flag raising that was held outside. I thank you very much. Just a couple items that I have are, tonight we're going to be adding grants into our budget. Once we were able to approve the budget, Mr. Peretti was explaining to me that we're able to now add these grants into our budget, and the sooner it's done, the sooner we can put them in. The sooner we put them in, the sooner they go to work for the people of Middlesex County. So we're going to be doing, I believe, 5 tonight on the agenda. And just one other thing I'd like to quickly talk about. I attended the Mayor's Trophy basketball game this past Saturday in Woodbridge Township, and it's for Buddy Ball. And for those of you that don't know what Buddy Ball is, it provides it's a wonderful program that provides an opportunity for people, residents of our county, that otherwise would not probably participate in basketball or softball or various sports programs. So this opens up the an opportunity to them and allows them to participate. It's a great program, and one of the programs that we had in Woodbridge that we added back a few years ago was sled hockey. And recently, on the same day that we're at the Buddy Ball Mayor's Trophy game, Josh Pauls, who, from what I understand, was born in South Plainfield, resides in Greenbrook, but was part of the New York Rangers sled hockey program in Woodbridge Township when we opened it up after the community center was opened. Won his second gold in Sochi at the Olympics this past Saturday. So, you know, somebody who would normally, he was born without, I believe, the tibia bones in his legs were amputated. Somebody who would normally, back 10, 20 years ago, would not be able to participate, was participating, has won 2 golds. And that leads us to the fact that this Board of Chosen Freeholders, a few years back, I'm not sure the exact amount, created the level playing fields at Roosevelt Park, so that this way all of our residents have a chance to participate and be out and be part of our community. And I just want to just make mention of that, just so the freeholders and the public knows that these programs are fantastic. They're great to be a part of, and for making the services and programs available, everybody is to be commended. And that's all I have, Director.
Thank you. Freeholder H.
Thank you, Director. I want to echo Freeholder Barrett's comments as well, Deputy Director. It was a wonderful event, the St. Patty's event, and Charlie, I hope we continue it every year, and it grows even bigger and more splendid, and it was a great event. We did receive some funding from the New Jersey Department of Highway Traffic Safety for a pedestrian decoy initiative that we're going to be carrying out in the Highland Park, New Brunswick, Edison, Metuchen corridor. These dollars from Highway Traffic Safety will be used to fund some overtime for the police departments. We're going to be actually running a special course in early May at our police academy to train police officers to become pedestrian decoys. They'll be out on the street at pinpointed areas. It'll be a state-coordinated effort. And the goal here is to not only identify drivers who do not yield to pedestrians, and actually the new law says you don't yield to a pedestrian in a crosswalk, you actually have to stop for a pedestrian in the crosswalk, but it's also to identify distracted driving. And it is a very effective program and tool. It's been used in Woodbridge for some time now. We're expanding this initiative countywide through this Route 27 corridor initiative, which we hope to kick off within the next couple of months. I want to again commend the board for the adoption of their the resolution that I had proposed a couple of months ago regarding PSE&G channeling more dollars into repairs and infrastructure than exotic projects and solar. We had another power outage in Highland Park again the other night. And we're not the only community that are affected by these. And again, this utility company really should be focusing on trying to improve our infrastructure so those kinds of things don't occur. Some of you may have been reading about the significant increase, and I underscore the word significant increase, in heroin abuse and heroin deaths that are occurring throughout the state of New Jersey, including the improper use of prescription drugs. It's affecting people of all ages, particularly a lot of youngsters who are getting this drug. It's become a very available drug, unfortunately, and as a result of that, there is a spike, a significant increase in the number of deaths and injuries and so forth that are occurring as a result of the improper use and illegal use of heroin and improper use of and illegal use of prescription drugs. As a result of that, I'm going to be speaking with our health officer to set up a symposium in Middlesex County. I think the county needs to take the lead and be proactive. We need to bring to the table experts in this field from within our county, health experts, mental health experts, people in the enforcement side. We want to tap into our universities, people who are on the ground in some of the nonprofits that are dealing with this on a day-to-day basis. We need to come up with at least a strategy, an idea, a plan, a blueprint. How are we going to deal with the situation? How do we get out better education? Does it need to be bilingual? How do we reach the people who are most effective? What type of care can we provide to them? What type of assistance is available? What can the county do? What resources can we bring to the table? This needs to be a comprehensive approach, at least in my opinion. I think we need to bring these people to the table who have expertise in this area and try to deal with this situation before it gets much worse. And to think that young people are abusing these drugs and dying as a result of it, in many instances because they're just not educated or knowledgeable enough about what's going on and what the effects could be. It seems to me that we can do more and we should be doing more, and we need a comprehensive approach to this. We're not going to solve it in one day. We're not going to cure the problem, but I think to ignore it would be a disservice to the residents of the county. So we'll be working on our public safety and health departments to pull that together very, very shortly. And we'll also be looking to appoint individuals to our new Health and Fitness Task Force with the idea of trying to create a healthier Middlesex County and working together with our municipalities and some of the experts who are out there to offer great opportunities in education, information, and access to programs so that we can be a much healthier and more fit county and live a longer, healthier quality of life. Last but not least, Director, I'm pleased to tell you that I will not be at the, not pleased to tell you that I won't be at the meeting, but I'm pleased to tell you why I won't be at the meeting on Monday night, the 31st. I received an invitation, a very unique and historic invitation, to participate in the ordination of a new priest at the Orthodox Patriarchate in Constantinople. So I'll be leaving the end of next week for a 5-day trip. It is the first time a priest from the United States has ever been ordained at the All Holy Patriarchate in Constantinople. The Patriarch, who is the spiritual leader for millions of Orthodox Christians around the world, will be participating and overseeing this service. It's a very special event. Again, it's the first time a priest from the United States has ever been ordained in Constantinople. So it is going to be a very special opportunity, one that I'm looking forward to, and therefore I will not be there on the 31st. Thank you.
Thank you. Freeholder Charlie Tamaro.
Thank you, Freeholder Director, and good luck on that trip, and congratulations. I think it'd be a nice trip for you.
Thank you.
At 12:57 today, spring is here. It was warm today. What does that mean? Warm weather's coming. But don't put away those warm coats, those snow plowers or those snow blowers, because we still can get some snow. Throughout this time, my fellow freeholders and I have reported on the efforts to keep our roads clear and our county services moving. During each snow and ice event this past winter, crews from multiple county departments pulled together to keep essential services running. But this goes beyond mere plowing and salting of our roads. The county, through Middlesex County Improvement Authority, operates 2 long-term care facilities, the Roosevelt Care Center in Edison and Old Bridge. These facilities are staffed around the clock with healthcare professionals. During a storm, it is imperative that these facilities are kept fully staffed to serve the needs of our patients. But it's difficult for nurses and doctors to get there, so under those conditions, our rangers pick them up and take them to work. So during the storm's events in January and February, the County Park Ranger Division stepped up to provide the necessary transport of healthcare professionals to our Roosevelt Care facilities. Over those 2 months, County Park Rangers transported over a dozen nurses to these two facilities during the snowstorms. They provided seamless care for our patients in both hospitals. I want to commend the County Park Division for their support and professional assistance during this past winter. Your efforts help provide the sources to care for those who need the help for the care for themselves. As part of the ongoing responsibility for open space management, the stewardship this past weekend of the Office of Parks and Recreation worked with New Jersey Forest Service to conduct prescribed burns over 150 acres at the John A. Phillips Preserve in Oak Ridge and the Jamesburg Park Conservation Area in East Brunswick and Helmetta. The prescribed burning process accomplished two major goals. First and foremost, it reduces the risk of property damage and injury from wildfire in areas where forests meet human development, an area referred to wildland-urban interface. As deadwood leaves and pine needles naturally accumulate over several seasons, the amount of fuel available for fire steadily increases. Periodically burning off the accumulated fuel under tightly controlled conditions, we are able to reduce the amount of fuel available to burn should a fire erupt as a result of natural fire, like from lighting, or some human throwing a cigarette into dry leaves. Second, the fire has always been a natural component of our forests, particularly in pine-barren forests that dominate the Phillips Preserve and the Jamesburg Park Conservation Area. The pitch pines of these forests have evolved over a millennium to withstand the disturbances created by periodic fires. Fires help the forest rejuvenate by heating and opening closed pine cones and by exposing, clearing away dead material and exposing mineral soil for the seeds and cones to germinate. Without periodic fires in these areas, the forest would naturally revert to one dominated by oak trees, effectively eliminating the unique pine barrens habitat for Middlesex County. So we want to thank the fire services for working with us and getting that done. I also want to speak about Resolution 14-430. Tonight we are awarding a contract to a contractor to build a New Brunswick bikeway. I must say this has taken some time, and I know our fellow colleague, our fellow freeholder, Camille Furler-Cole, started this. And it couldn't have happened alone, and there was a lot of people who were really part of this that played a major role in it. It was the County Transportation Coordinating Committee, the New Jersey DOT, the New Jersey Transportation Planning Authority, Mayor Cahill and the City of New Brunswick, the Middlesex County Office of Engineering, the Middlesex County Planning Office, and a Planning Office. This will provide bike access between Rutgers University, Douglas, and College Avenue, and the campus's points downtown to New Brunswick, including the train station. So after many years, I want to congratulate everybody, and including Ralph Albanier, for finally seeing this project through. It'll be a great addition for New Brunswick, as the Greenway was for Edison, Metuchen, and Woodbridge. So great job, and continue the great work. I also want to compliment about Buddy Ball. I know Edison has a Buddy Ball organization, and the PBA always plays them in a softball game, and I don't think the PBA ever scored a run yet. Every time they get in their home plate, they fall. But it's a great day for everybody gets fed, and the kids have a great time. They really look forward to it every year, and it's a great organization. Thank you, Freeholder.
Thank you, Freeholder. Freeholder Blanquita Valenti.
Let's see how far I get without coughing. I'm sorry.
I'll call for you.
I am very happy to announce that the Middlesex County Division of Children's Services has been selected by the Governor's Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention Committee as the 2014 recipient of the Connie Strand Award for Program Excellence for the Power Up program. This program provides after-school prevention services that are based on evidence-based practices and programming. The program was implemented after school in after-school programs in both New Brunswick and Perth Amboy for 3rd through 5th graders. And I want to congratulate our county staff and our municipal partners for this wonderful honor. Also, the annual planning process for youth services will begin with 2 focus group sessions to be held next week on, March 26th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. and March 27th from 1 to 3 p.m. here at the County Administration Building. The focus groups provide an opportunity to gather feedback on needs, barriers, and trends in youth services throughout Middlesex County. Youth and family are encouraged to participate along with advocates, agency representatives, and county boards and committees, including our own Human Services Advisory Council. And that's my report, Director.
Thank you, Freeholder Valente. I'd just like some comments to make, and I'm glad that you mentioned, Freeholder Paulos, about the traffic safety and pedestrian safety. And a lot of people take for granted that it's only the motor vehicles that have to be aware of the pedestrian crossings. It's also the pedestrians, because I've run into it where pedestrians just automatically think they're going to walk across and people are going to stop. And if a driver is not thinking, it could be a very unsafe condition. So I'm glad that your department and your committee is working on that. I'd like to also commend Freeholder Kenny for putting together the flag raising for St. Patrick's Day. It was well attended, and I'm sure it's just going to continue to grow, and I want to thank you for putting that together.
Is there any chance, we're getting one for Italy?
Sure.
My kids are half Italian, so I'll work on that.
Okay.
My name's Italian.
In the past 2 weeks, I attended the State of the Borough address from the Borough of Carteret and the mayor over there. Also, the State of the City address in South Amboy and the State of the City address in Perth Amboy.
Wow.
And all mayors presented their plans, their accomplishments, and their goals for the upcoming year. And it all seems to be promising for all those municipalities of what they plan on doing in the upcoming year. So I see progress there as well. Okay, at this time, resolutions to be added, Mr. Kelsom?
There are none.
Any resolutions to be amended?
There are none.
Resolutions to be held?
There are none.
Any resolutions to be voided?
There are none.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to open up the meeting to the public on any discussion on any resolutions listed above.
Hearing no public comment, I move to close the public portion.
Second.
Motion by Freeholder Tamaro, seconded by Freeholder Valente. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Are there any items to be removed from the consent agenda?
Yes, Director, I have one, 1410, 14-1410.
14-410.
Right.
Right.
What'd I say?
1410.
Oh.
It's confusing.
Resolution 14-479.
Yes.
Freeholder Director, I also have 14-479.
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Kelso.
Yes, Freeholder Director, a motion would then be in order to adopt the consent agenda consisting of resolution numbers 14-396 through 14-505, excluding resolutions 14-410 and 14-479 to be excluded.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Freeholder Valente, seconded by Freeholder Tamaro. Roll call.
Freeholder Armwood?
Yes.
Freeholder Barrett-Belante?
Yes.
Freeholder Kenny?
Yes.
Freeholder Paulos?
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro?
Yes.
Freeholder Valente?
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rios?
Yes.
And now would be appropriate to consider resolution 14-410 excluded by Freeholder Tamaro.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Freeholder Valente, seconded by Freeholder Barrett-Belante. Roll call.
Freeholder Armwood?
Yes.
Freeholder Barrett-Belante?
Yes.
Freeholder Kenny?
Yes.
Freeholder Paulos?
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro?
Present not voting?
Freeholder Valente?
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rios?
Yes.
And now would be appropriate to consider resolution 14-479 excluded by both Freeholder Armwood and Freeholder Valente.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Freeholder Armwood?
Present not voting.
Freeholder Barrett-Belante?
Yes.
Freeholder Kenny?
Yes.
Freeholder Paulos?
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro?
Yes.
Freeholder Valente?
Present not voting.
Freeholder Director Rios?
Yes. At this time, I'd like to open the meeting to the public on any discussion.
I move to close the public portion.
Second.
Motion by Freeholder Tamaro, seconded by Freeholder Valente. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Freeholder Valente, seconded by Freeholder Tamaro. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Meeting adjourned.